I'm Lowe. I'm the product lead for Meet's platform. Thanks for being here today. I'm really excited to kick you off in today's session, but we're going to have a couple of other people come on stage. Our engineering lead, Patrice, and also one of our awesome partners, HubSpot, who sent one of their product leads to come here, Patrice O'Connell. All right, let me give you a little bit of a lay of the land of what we're going to cover today. So first, I'll give you an overview of Workspace and Meet and how platform fits into our vision for our users and developers. I'll go over our APIs and how to bring Meet into your app and all the things you can do on that front, and also give you a glimpse of something new that we have cooking up. Then you're going to hear from Patrice from HubSpot. She's going to talk a little bit about the decision-making process for integrating with Meet, the experiences that they are super excited to unlock for their customers, and just overall what it's been like to build with our APIs. And then I'll come back on stage, talk about add-ons, talk about the other direction, which is to bring your app into Meet. Patrick, our eng lead, will come up and tell you how to build one of those add-ons. And then last, but definitely not least, we're going to close with a live demo of what add-ons looks like today. Cool. So let's dive in. So first, let's talk about the Workspace opportunity. Why even build with Workspace at all? Well, our developers who build on our platform today can tell you that they're able to reach 3 billion users and 10 million paid businesses, which translates to over 5 billion app installs and add-on installs from our marketplace, which is pretty amazing. Our platform sees Workspace at the center of people's work. We leverage our Google Cloud's tools and services, build on our customers' data and processes by bringing in third-party apps to amplify Workspace and make it even more helpful. We succeed in this by looking at 3 different pillars. So the first is to build an extensible platform that's a set of APIs, powerful, thoughtful, and easy to use. We build out and feed into a healthy app ecosystem that supercharges Workspace, all in the spirit of our third pillar, which is to create seamless workflows so that our users can be in that optimized, most productive state of mind with total ease. All right, so let's zoom into Meet specifically. We're excited to be one of the latest products to join Workspace platform, and we're excited to let developers bring the power of video conferencing to their product. So our platform is built in 2 directions. One is to bring Meet to your app, offering video conferencing right from your UI. And the other is to bring your app into Meet and to supercharge a meeting experience that way. All right, so let's start with the right side of the slide and talk about bringing Meet to your app. So first, I'll talk about our 2 APIs. We have a REST API and we have an Events API, and one really complements the other, and they are the foundation of our platform. So our REST API lets you do basic operations around meeting creation and information retrieving, and our Events API lets you subscribe to meetings or users and lets you get notified when things happen that you care about the moment they happen. All right, so let's dive a little deeper into each one of those. Our REST API lets you do some of the things that our users would do in the UI behind the scenes. So you can do things like create a meeting, you can programmatically configure meeting settings and controls, you can retrieve meeting information like participation info or how long the meeting's been going on, and you can fetch meeting artifacts like transcription and recording. Some of the additional features we're building now and into 2024 is around pre-configuring meeting host controls, setting open and anonymous access levels for meetings, pre-configuring when the meeting recording would start, and also pre-configuring breakout rooms. So stay tuned for those. So our Events API lets you know about changes the moment they're happening in meetings so that you can go ahead and turn around and do something in your UI or use another one of our platform pieces that's relevant about the change that you just got notified about. So potential subscriptions here are you want to know when meetings are created, when meetings have started, when participants are coming and going, and also when a meeting artifact is ready for you to fetch. So let's bring this to life by looking at a couple of use cases that have been most popular with our partners so far. All right, so obviously at its most basic, you're able to offer Meet as an entry point right from your own UI. This gives your users a way to connect over video live to deepen their engagement over your content right from your app. Using the Events API, you can let these users know who else is in the meeting and how long the meeting has been going on. You can change some of the UI components based on this information. You can post artifacts in the UI so that users can review the meeting notes afterwards, catch up on action items, and just digest the information after the meeting has ended. And you can combine these same artifacts with your own vast amounts of data to provide really powerful insights that are unique to the integration with Meet. So next and last in this category of bringing Meet to your app is a new SDK that we're building that's currently in early access, and that's our Embed SDK. So this SDK lets you embed Meet right into your app as an iframe. And this means the user isn't only able to start a meeting from your app, they're also able to participate in that meeting without leaving your UI. This means you can create a much more rich and native experience for your user from the beginning to the end of the journey, and lets you retain context over the user so that you can create a more personalized experience for them. So you see there's tons of use cases that this area can already solve of bringing Meet to your app, and this is just the beginning. We are already working with a set of partners who have integrated with Meet, and there's a sample of them here. And these are truly our partners in crime. They test out concepts, build with early versions of our solutions, provide us super valuable feedback so that the platform pieces are ready to go when we want to open up to broader access. And they really shape the future and the versions of our platform. So I know as a developer, it's usually most exciting and powerful to hear from other developers who are building with these solutions, to hear about best practices and learnings, and to learn about a real integration experience. So we're so excited today to have one of our amazing partners here to tell you just this. And let's welcome HubSpot's lead product manager, Patrice, to the stage, and she's going to tell you about how HubSpot integrated with Meet and what it's doing.
Thank you, Mai. Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to be here at Google Meet to tell you about HubSpot and Google Meet's integration and the partnership that we have together building on the new Google Meet API. My name is Patrice O'Connell. I'm a senior product manager at HubSpot working on strategic integrations. HubSpot was established in 2006, and our objective as an organization is to help our customers to grow better. We want to ensure that our customers are better able to connect with your customers. And so our goal is to enable teams to work together and to customize HubSpot to meet your business needs, including integrations like our Google Meet integration. So in 2022, we launched our core Google Meet integration on the Calendar API. And today, this integration is used by over 30,000 customers. HubSpot brings great customer connection, and Google Meet brings a great collaboration platform. And together, this is a powerful combination. Over the last year, we've worked together with the Google Meet team to build a new bespoke API and enable unique solutions within our integration. A key initiative at HubSpot is conversation intelligence, which allows you to bring the voice of the customer into the HubSpot platform. And we established Google Meet as the perfect integration partner for us. Collaborating with the Google Meet team, we built the new Google Meet API, which enables HubSpot conversation intelligence within our Google Meet integration. And this allows us to automatically sync recordings and transcripts from your Google Meet meetings into HubSpot. Our customers that are already using HubSpot's conversation intelligence are seeing the impact and the benefit for their business, with rich customer insights enabling sales coaching, faster sales processes, and higher rates of leads and deals won. This new API allows HubSpot to extend conversation intelligence to our Google Meet integration and allows Google to extend the new API to other partners with similar use cases. Through our partnership, our engineering and design teams have worked very closely together to make this happen. And today, HubSpot's development team is now building on the new API, and we're planning to launch HubSpot Conversation Intelligence with our Google Meet integration by the end of this year. Let me give you a sneak peek at what this looks like. The Google Meet integration can be installed from HubSpot's marketplace listing to your HubSpot account. From here, you'll be taken to the integration settings page, where we've added a number of controls. From global settings for the admin of the account, to the My Settings tab for the users of the account. On the Global Settings tab, the admin has the ability to turn on recording and transcript sync for all or a select group of users of this account. The admin can also apply a domain exclusion so that internal meetings don't get ingested as part of this integration. Now that those settings are in place, the user can go to the My Settings tab, and they also have the ability to switch on or off recording and transcript sync for their own account. Now that these settings are in place, you'll see all of your meetings syncing from the Google Meet integration to the call object index page here in HubSpot. And so by clicking into one of these meetings, here you'll find your recording and transcript available, and we've also added a number of features here to help you better utilize this data. From the speaker track that allows you to see participant engagement during the meeting, to the transcript search bar that allows you to search for key topics that were discussed during the meeting. You'll see that the recording will also skip to that point in the conversation where you can watch back about that topic. Notes and track terms allow you to manage and customize the data from this meeting to share more easily within HubSpot. And the Associations tab allows you to associate this record with any other areas of HubSpot, from contacts, companies, deals, and so on. By clicking into an associated contact record, for example, you can see that the recording and transcript also becomes available directly on that contact record, which allows you to keep this information in the relevant areas of HubSpot that are useful for you. So as you can see, this brings a lot of rich data from the combination of the Google Meet API and HubSpot's Conversation Intelligence, allowing you to empower your teams to make meaningful connections that drive results for your business. Looking to the future, HubSpot's continuing to invest in conversation intelligence with intelligent meeting summaries, coaching playlists, and enhanced insights and actions. With our Google Meet integration, we're continuing to partner with the Google Meet team to bring new use cases to this integration, including webinar and event management, AI, add-ons, and more. So through our continued partnership, we're continuing to bring a connected customer experience to our users. It's been a great pleasure to be here talking with you today, and thank you very much. Back to you, Mike.
All right, that was so awesome. Thanks so much, Patrice. So I hope you all have your creative juices flowing and thinking of all kinds of ways to bring Meet to your app, and I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. Next, we're gonna talk about the other direction, which is to bring your app into Meet. You can bring a delightful and super powerful experience inside the meeting itself with your app at the center. So for this, you're gonna use our Meet Addons SDK, and this SDK allows you to iframe your app into the Meet UI. It lets meeting participants interact directly with your content inside the Meet canvas. We have two frameworks for you to choose from with this SDK. The first one is the focus framework, where your app is the focal point of the meeting. And the next one is called Augment, where the meeting and the conversation continue to stay the focus, and your app augments the conversation. So let's take a closer look at each of one of those. In the focus framework, your app takes the largest amount of real estate in Meet, what we call main stage or center stage, and it's really best used when your app tends to be the focal point of discussion. So examples on this front are a brainstorming session, planning, designing something together, charting something out. And the setup stage is in the side, so things like login, permissions, content selection, and then once we're ready for the activity, the app moves into the main stage of the frame. In the Augment framework, your app stays in the sidebar the entire time, and the meeting is the focus for the discussion. And so your app is really just augmenting the conversation, creating a new dimension to what's going on. In the Augment framework, your app can be either single player or multiplayer, and what we mean with that is either for just a single person's use or for everyone in the meeting. The focus framework previously, that's a multiplayer only experience. And so examples of multiplayer experiences in the sidebar would be things like you want to take notes as a group, you want to track tasks as a group, project plan something out, or you can play an icebreaker together, which is what our partner Polly here is doing, or you could even listen to a playlist together. Single player examples for the sidebar are things like taking notes just for yourself, or touching on some of the things that Patrice was just talking about around individualized, personalized meeting coaching and giving really powerful insight to the user right when it matters the most. All right, because Meet is this amazing cross-platform, real-time collaboration app, we would love to see you build cross-platform and really meet your users where they are, irrespective of the operating system they happen to be in. So this is why we also build mobile add-ons SDKs that power the add-ons experiences on Android and iOS. No matter what platform you are going to use these SDKs in, these allow you to supercharge Meet, bring productivity, collaboration, and connection to a whole new level for your users, and meet them right where they are. So you might wonder, how are users going to find these experiences? Where are people going to see my app in Meet? So there are many ways our billions of users discover add-ons in Workspace, and I'll cover some of them here in terms of Meet right now. So there are two mechanisms to find add-ons in Meet itself. The first is in our Activities panel, where users can discover, install, and launch the add-on right from our side panel. Just a few clicks to give authorization, account selection, and you're in this amazing immersive experience. And the second way is when a user screen shares your app, just the way they would normally present some content to the meeting. Meet will recognize that the app is built as an add-on and be able to promote installation or collaborative mode right when it matters the most. All right. This is anchored in our integration with the Workspace Marketplace, which users can access in full from our UI without ever having to leave it. So this means you're not only going to delight your existing user base by building an add-on, but you're also able to tap into Google Meet's user base and maybe do new user acquisition in this way. The third way a user can discover add-ons is in the Google Workspace Marketplace itself. So users can go to the Workspace Marketplace in any browser, install the add-on in advance of coming to Meet. And because the installation is at the account level, as soon as the install moment happens, the add-on is automatically available across all of the platforms that you may have built for. One of the many reasons we integrate it with the Google Workspace Marketplace is because we know IT admins need to install and manage add-ons for their customers. And the Marketplace Admin Console makes this seamless, easy, and gives the level of oversight and control that we know our customers need. So we're excited to be a new dimension in the Workspace Marketplace with Meet add-ons. All right. So now you've seen the opportunity for you. You've seen the kind of experience for you users. The next question is, what does it take to make this happen? Is this a lot of work? So for that, one of our Eng leads is going to come up, Patrick, and tell you all about this.
All right. Thanks, Mai. As Mai said, we're now going to go through what it takes to actually build one of these add-ons. My team and other teams throughout Workspace have been working for many months to do this, so I'm really excited to show you how to do this and represent their work here. We're going to do this in 3 easy steps. So the first thing we're going to do is create the add-on there in Google Cloud Console. Then we're going to write the code. We'll go through a few code snippets. It's not that much, so it should be pretty easy to do. And then finally, we're going to actually install the add-on and run through a demo here on stage. Fingers crossed, hope everything goes super well. Live demos are a lot of fun. So because we're a Google Workspace add-on, the first thing to do is go to the API and Services section of the Cloud Console and enable the Google Workspace Marketplace SDK, as well as the Google Workspace Add-ons API. Once you've done that, you can go to alternative runtimes, where you can actually set up your deployment .json. If you already have built a Google Workspace Marketplace like add-on, this should be fairly familiar to you. And you may also know that you can also do this through the app script console. So there you'll just add a Meet section to your deployment.json that will allow you to add Meet to an existing add-on. This is great because you can take advantage of bundling. And so if users have already installed your add-on for Drive or Calendar, they'll automatically get it in Meet. So here's what our deployment.json looks like right there in the Cloud Console, and we can zoom in a little bit on that. So you'll see there's 2 main sections there. We've got our common section and our Meet section. The common section is the same across all Google Workspace add-ons. The Meet section is where it gets interesting. As Mai mentioned, we have several different platforms that we support. We're going to talk about web today because it's sort of the most approachable here. So you'll see we have support screen sharing, which means that when you're in that sort of focus flow and things are in the main stage, you can screen share it. We'll show that in the demo later. And then the side panel URI. This points to an app that I built on Firebase for this demonstration today. It can be hosted anywhere. Firebase and other GCP places are a good choice, but it can really be hosted anywhere. All right, and that's all the setup in Cloud Console. Now we can actually talk about the code, which I'm biased, but is the fun part. So the first thing you'll do is include the SDK. Then you initialize the add-on. We'll walk through that. And finally, set the collaboration state, which is we'll take a user event and then set that so that we can get everybody in the same place in the main stage when start activity is clicked. So to include the SDK, you just include this JavaScript path. It's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. We use latest because we like to live dangerously, but we'll have versions and everything like that. Then we initialize the add-on client and context. So you'll notice that we pass in a cloud project number. This is the same cloud project number that of the project that we just used to set up our deployment.json. And so we'll pass in that project number to create the context, and then we'll create a side panel client. This is just the part of the add-on that's running in the side panel. If we had a main stage, you could also initialize a main stage client. So your application is going to be aware of where it is. And here we just do it right on body on load. So it happens as soon as the page completes loading. Then we're going to set collaboration starting state. So you'll see we do this on an event when the input changes. So we have a little text area. Whenever it changes, we just set our new collaboration starting state. Before the collaboration begins, we can set this as many times as we want. So we do it there. And so it returns a promise, so we await it there. And that's it. That's all it takes to build one of these add-ons in your page, sort of using normal standards around HTML and JavaScript that everyone is fairly comfortable on the web. And so once you're done with that, you can go back to the Google Cloud Console and try things out in developer mode. So you can have, we support multiple deployments there, so you could have a test, a staging, a production instance, and then you could have people in development do those developer installs. And then when you do it, you'll see that Next Demo add-on would appear right there in your Meet activities panel. And now, we're going to give it a shot, so I'll invite Maya back up, and we'll see if we can get things going there. And so I think we need demo 1, and we'll go from here. All right. All right, so you'll see we're here, joined from our laptops and everything. And so the first thing I'll do is open up the activities panel. And you'll see that we've got, I'll hit the Get Add-ons button, which will take us to the marketplace. And you'll see right here, I've got our nice demo add-on that we were just going through. I will install it. It'll take me through just one account selection thing. And then, boom, we're installed. So we'll click our add-on. And you'll see I built a little thing where we just do a Wikipedia search together. So what do we like to search? We're going to search for Google. I want to learn a little more about that company. And so then we'll hit Start Activity. And you'll see this opens up Wikipedia, which is blessedly iframeable. And we can kind of scroll around, look at it together. I can even share my screen, and you'll see it only shares this region of the screen to everyone in the meeting. So if people can't join your meeting for whatever, join your collaboration in the add-on for whatever reason, they'll be able to see the experience, even if they can't go interactive. And so we'll switch over actually now to demo 2, so you can see what it looks like for a participant in the meeting.
All right, so here we see Wikipedia because Patrick is screen sharing. Here's my prompt to install the add-on. So I'm going to click that. And looks just like how it did on Patrick's screen. I'm going to click my account. And it's installing. Not as fast as on Patrick's machine. Woohoo! All right, here I am in Wikipedia, scrolling along with Patrick and learning all about Google together. So Patrick is gonna end the activity. And here we are.
And that's it.
That's it.
All right, we can switch back.
Switch back to the slides.
All right, so you can see with just a little bit of code and a little bit of configuration, you can bring an experience right into Meet. And so we're really excited to see what folks will build. And it's been great working with our first set of partners on this integration. So a few things. First of all, if you want to hear about this and more things across Meet's platform and across Workspace platform, go ahead and join the developer preview program. Take a look at our growing community, YouTube channel, everything like that. The first set of add-ons for Meet, for our partners, should be coming out in the coming days. So pay attention to Meet and the changes that that go there. And as far as the SDK, we're currently in early access for that.